In this video, we will talk about image classification with YOLO V8. In the previous video, in the previous CNN video, we have already talked about image classification. Let me write it with white. We have already seen a practical of image classification. We have been using MNIST dataset there, and we were predicting 7210 images into actual 7210 predictions. These were images and these were what model predicted, right? This is what we were doing with, but we were doing by creating our custom CNN. We have created a custom CNN which performed well on this one, but we need to write lot of things. We need to write data set, how to train a model, how to save a model, how to predict it. We have to write lot of Python functions in order to predict it. So what is this YOLO V8? Previously we did with CNN. What is this YOLO V8 now? So YOLO is a framework for computer vision, for detection tasks, okay? For computer vision task. It gives you, it's an open source framework. It means it is available for everyone, and it will give you option for classification task, which we are going to see in this video, detection task, which you are going to see in next video, segmentation task, which is also coming in coming videos, and it is very easy to use, and it performs very fast. It is very accurate, so you don't need to worry about how many layers I need to put or something. You just need to give the data. You just want that what is my model size, whether I want small, medium or large. You just need to pick that one, give the data in a particular format, and it will train you the model. So in this video we will see how to implement image classification with the help of YOLO V8. So let me connect. Yeah, connect without GPU. So this is the how your data structure should look like for classification. Now suppose you have multiple classes. This is class 1, class 2, class 3. Suppose you want to create, let me give an example. Now suppose you have airplane, automobile and bird. Okay, these are the three classes you want to classify: airplane, automobile and bird. So what is the data structure this YOLO expects? This YOLO expects a root folder. Let me give you again. YOLO expects a root folder. Inside that classes should be here. Class 1, class 2, class 3. In our case, airplane, automobile and other classes will be there. Inside that I need to give images. Now let me see. Now here. For airplane, we need to keep all the images inside airplane folder. Okay. For automobile, I need to keep all the images inside automobile folder. So if this is confusing you, let me create directory structure here. This folder will be root or any folder. Now suppose the folder example is, this is the folder name. Inside this folder, I will have train and test data. Again two folder. Inside this folder, I will have two folders, train and test. Inside train, I will keep my classes folder. Suppose my classes is apple, orange and pear. Same thing, same folder structure I will keep in my test. Apple, orange and pear. I will keep maybe 100 images here, 10 images here, because this is test set, right? We are just maybe 200 of orange and 150 of orange, 15 of orange, 400 of pear, maybe 70 of pear here. This is how I need to arrange my data set. Okay. So to use it, I will pass the directory structure of this to YOLO, and YOLO will calculate everything by its own, but it should follow this folder structure. Okay. Inside Cypher, I have train and test. Then inside train, I have apple orange pear. Inside test, I have apple orange pear. This is how you need to keep it. So this is the directory structure also mentioned. Train, airplane, automobile. So same thing inside Cypher, I have train, I have test. This is the first level. In second level, I have classes folder. I have classes folder. Inside classes folder, I have images. And make sure that images mentioned in airplane inside train should not be present inside airplane inside test. Test should have different data than train. Even though it is airplane, it should have a different data. Same image should not be present in test and train. Okay. Once that is ready, we will just install this pim installer Ultralytics. You will see how easy it is. You don't need to worry about anything. You don't need to write code. You can just have this folder structure and do the YOLO work for you. Okay. We will then see I'm importing nano model. They have medium, small size, other size. N means nano. If you just change M, it will be medium. If you just change S, it will be small. We are using nano. So for YOLO, we are using nano. We are creating model, and I'm just training with a dataset. Dataset name is Cypher 10. I'm training for 2 epochs. Image size is 32. So let's run it. Okay. So if you run it, once you run it, it will train for it and you will get this one. Okay. Now what I'm doing here, I'm just importing something for UTF-8. I'm just zipping this contents of YOLO V8 Cypher 10, and I'm creating a function where I will just upload a folder. I'm giving the folder path of test. This is the function which take test folder as input and it will take all the images. So see this example. Okay. So let me first download this data set. Let's see. Yeah, let me run it. It will take a little bit of time because we are running for 2 epochs. 2 epochs is still high, but let's see. It is downloading the model now. You can already see convolution block. It is already present. So model training started. So once the model training is done, just run these commands. Okay. Maybe we have this command. Let me see. I have not added that yet. So once we run this command, run this function and give this path. This is the path where my test data set is. If you want to see, you can see this. If I go to content, inside content I have data set, inside that I have Cypher, and you can see train and test is there. If I go to test, you can see there are these 10 classes are there. I'm just picking airplane and giving the S1. So this function is responsible for it will find all the images present inside this folder. This is the folder. It will find all the images present inside and will give me path. So I can run these things on YOLO. Okay. So if I run with this with the help of YOLO, okay, I just need to pass. This is the model trained. YOLO will save the model here. I have passed the YOLO. You can see YOLO runs is there, classify is there. Inside classify I have train, and inside weights this is the best. It will have best.pt. So once you have that best.pt, once the model training is done, just pass this image path, run it, and append the output. The next thing you will run is process result list. So it will save all the images. Once the images are saved, Run this function. This function will be used to plot it. It will plot all the images with the labels. So this is how it will look like. This is the image. This is what YOLO predicted. Airplane, airplane, airplane. So you don't have to do anything. You just need to run things one by one and it will run. So the part where only the YOLO, this is the only part of YOLO. If you run this, YOLO will create a model and it will save inside weights folder. Okay. It will also show you that where the model is stored. Then just run these things. This is we are just plotting here. We are downloading files. So this is what we are doing next, not the YOLO. YOLO task is to create the model. We created the model very easily with a high accuracy. And after that, this is the visualization function which I just tested. So with the help of YOLO, you can create a simple classification algorithm. And see, every time airplane is detected as airplane here. So YOLO is predicting correctly. So right now the model is training. I've already used this model. Once this is done, you can do the same in your system, in your Colab, and run the cells one by one and try to understand the cells. We have already talked about images. The next thing you only need to worry about is loading the model. Load the model, and this is the prediction. That's it. This is training the model. This line is loading the model. We need to pick best.pt. We have to load the model. We have to run the model. We are running on image path. We are running on lot of images and we are saving the images. Okay. This is where we are saving the images. And this is where we are plotting it. So this is how you can implement with YOLO. It is very, very simple, right? We just need to pass few steps. In YOLO, we need to pass first what size of model we want to pick. We picked nano. Then we need to give the data set. Then YOLO will give us the model. So we need to select the model. Not select, we need to load the model. Then we need to predict from the model. Then we are using our own Python function to plot it. So this will give us the classification data set. Else you can create your own classification if you think this is hard, but this is very, very simple. Just try to understand this code, try running one by one, and you will get to know the coding of it. Okay. So this is how you can create your own classification model with YOLO V8. Thank you for watching.